facts. But that's besides the point. And anyways, Nick Aldis was talking with Kevin Owens. Cody comes out. They brawl. KO starts attacking Cody's neck after pushing Nick Aldis into Cody. I'm not gonna go much into details here because I forgot to write stuff down, unlike I did for Raw. So I really apologize for not going too much into it, but I thought it was pretty good. Gives Owens heat, not only with the fans but also with management in kayfabe. Gives Cody more sympathy. It's perfect. Next up, we had Andrade versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Obviously, Andrade is not in this picture, but that's besides the point. I really like how during Shinsuke's entrance, they acknowledge his victory in Pro Wrestling Noah on New Year's Day. I thought that was pretty interesting. And also acknowledging their past in New Japan Pro Wrestling when Shinsuke feuded with Andrade back when Andrade wrestled with a mask as La Sombra, as the Shadow. So I was pretty surprised by that, and it shows that these two guys, they have been wrestling each other for almost 10 years now. So they know each other's big hits, great chemistry. Go watch it. And the finish came when Andrade hit the post. The sound that Andrade made with the post was nuts. It was amazing. And obviously Kinshasa, 1, 2, 3. As Shinsuke plans to attack Andrade some more, LA Knight makes the save and makes his intentions clear. He wants his United States Championship back. So maybe we'll have that match in either the Rumble or Saturday Night's main event. Possibly Saturday Night's main event because the two Rumbles by themselves take 2 hours or more. So maybe Saturday Night's main event we're gonna have this rematch. Gotta wait and see what they announce on the next couple of shows. Michin versus Piper Niven. Pretty interesting that last week Chelsea was gonna praise somebody and ended up praising herself when Piper Niven thought that she was gonna praise her. And on this episode, instead of Piper Niven coming out to her theme song, she came out to Chelsea Green's theme song. So I kind of feel that that's the route that they're gonna build a dissension between Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. I think that's what they're gonna build up to. I mean, Piper Niven is a great worker. Michin's a pretty good worker, so I have no complaints here. Michin wins, so obviously we're gonna have a rematch between Chelsea Green and Michin at some point, either on the next couple of weeks on an episode of SmackDown or on Saturday Night's main event. But what I'm gonna say here is definitely we're gonna have Chelsea still being the US champion, but from what they're going to, I'm thinking that maybe Piper Niven will be the one to dethrone Chelsea at the end of the day. So that's my prediction, but we gotta wait and see. Oops. Come on. What the hell happened? Oh, there we go. Little technical difficulties there. So the Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman promo. So as you may know, there's history, a lot of history here. Solo attacked Paul Heyman on MSG, and 4.5 years of storytelling brings us here. The final face-off between Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman in representation of Roman Reigns. And it's very interesting. You know, I've always whined about Solo not having the it factor, and he doesn't. He doesn't have it. So I'm just gonna get to the point. It's very interesting that they asked Paul Heyman here to be the the one holding the Ulafala for some reason, and that reminded me of um of Paul Bearer turning on the Undertaker on SummerSlam '96 on the Boiler Room Brawl against Mankind. So maybe we're gonna see that on Monday on Netflix. I don't know. Is that's what they're gonna go for? Solo and Heyman turning on Roman and finally aligning with Solo, and this was all a ruse all along. I'm interested in what they're gonna do in that match, but I think the match is gonna be awful because, as I've said, Solo Sikoa does not have the it factor. Uh, then we had a backstage promo between the Garças and Pretty Deadly. You know, because last week Pretty Deadly accused the Garças of attacking the Street Profits, and the Street Profits confronted them for lying. So now we know that the Garças did not attack Pretty Deadly. They started beating the hell out of each other, and then we went to the WWE Tag Team Title match. This was the best match on the show. I'm just gonna say that out loud. This was the best match on the show. I mean, Shelly and Sabin cannot do anything wrong. Ciampa's great. Gargano is just there because Gargano does not have the it factor. He's just there. Zero charisma. But hey, best match on the show. And as we see here, man, and it's so weird because Corey Graves is the heel commentator, and on this match he was pro Shelly and pro Sabin. He turned babyface in this match, like saying that Gargano is practically a POS. You know, a piece of poop. I'm not gonna say a word because then, you know, YouTube. He practically called him a piece of poop, and by the end of the match, Shelly puts Gargano on the Gargano escape. Sabin puts the STF on Ciampa, and as they're about to win, Los Garza and Pretty Deadly brawl to the ring, and as you can see here, Garza falls on top of Sabin and Shelly, and the match ends in a no contest. So Gargano and Ciampa retain their titles. So we're still in the hunt of who attacked the Street Profits. So Gargano and Ciampa could get their title shot. I think we know it was Gargano and Ciampa at the end of the day. But maybe we're gonna get revealed that later on. I hope so. And obviously, you know, the best moment of the show, Naomi versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's title. This match was, you know, Nia can be clumsy sometimes, so this match was passable at best for me. And when Naomi came out with Bianca, and then Nia only came out with Candice LeRae, once people saw that Tiffany did not come out with Nia, the entire match, people were chanting Tiffy time. That was the best moment of that match. Tiffy time, Tiffy time. And then when both were knocked down, Tiffany comes out, and everybody's like, Tiffy time, and the pop she got. And she comes out with the rep, but then she sees Candice LeRae on the ring apron, so she pulls her referee over the barricade and hits Naomi with the briefcase, so Nia can do the bounce side drop. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes is like, yes, it's all a ruse, it's all a ruse. And as Bianca's checking on Naomi, Naya beats the hell out of Belair. She climbs the ropes to do the bonsai drop, and Tiffany finally snaps and turns babyface. She hits Naya with the briefcase, gets Candice LeRae out of the ring. Bianca gives Naya the kiss of death, which was pretty impressive for Bianca to leave someone of that size. Gives her the KOD. Tiffany drops Bianca over the announce table, gives the briefcase to the ref. Alicia Taylor says that she is gonna, I mean, not Alicia, but Lillian Garcia, sorry, because Alicia is now on Raw, Lillian is on SmackDown. So we hear Lillian Garcia say that Tiffany's cashing in her Money in the Bank contract. You could see Tiffany telling the fans to rally behind her. Best moonsault ever! I'm not gonna call it prettiest. It's the best moonsault ever. And besides Tiffany, you're a gymnast. Don't jump rope to rope. You can easily jump from the apron to the top rope. That's better. That's why it's not the prettiest moonsault ever. I call it the best moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany time is champion. And the pop she got was amazing. And for that, this show was worth it, man. This show was worth it for this moment. So now we see Tiffany Stratton is a babyface. So if Tiffany is now a babyface, someone has to turn heel. Remember my Who Attacked Jay Cargill video? The culprit of that has to turn heel now to keep the balance going. And before the main event, which is OG Bloodline versus New Bloodline, as Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy were going to the ring, Jey Uso bumped into Kevin Owens. And as we know, Kevin Owens turned on Cody because he teamed up with Roman at Bad Blood. So Sammy helped Roman at Survivor Series, so we know that's gonna be the match for WrestleMania 41. So they gave us the first tease of Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 41. But yeah, I mean, this match was nothing special. You had to put over Solo strong. But the babyfaces cannot lose clean here. Oh, and I forgot to mention, on the opening promo, Drew McIntyre came out after Cody gave him a hug and practically told him, I'm not gonna hurt you. And then when he got out of the ring, he told Cody to watch his back, and Kevin Owens attacked him. And that's how we got all the hurrah, And then the neck attack. So, now that I remember that, I really apologize, I completely forgot about the Drew McIntyre factor because by the time this show came to the main event, I love Jey Uso, but man, just because the show was 3 hours, they had him stretch that entrance for like 10 minutes. And I was like, Jesus, I know it's 3 hours, but damn, you don't need to do us like this, man. You don't need to do us like this. And the match started, decent. Jacob Fatu and Sammy in the ring were great together. Tamatonga was great. Jay was pretty good. You know, Jimmy was good. Solo Sikoa, you know what I think about Solo Sikoa. And by the time the match was over, and then we get to the finish, Drew McIntyre makes another appearance, distracts Jey Uso, and Jey Uso gets pinned by Solo. 1, 2, 3. I think it was Jey Uso who got pinned by Solo, right? Yeah. Because Jay was in the ring when he got distracted. 1, 2, 3, and then Sammy comes in to get Jay out of the ring. Yeah. So Sammy helped Jay out of the ring. Yeah. So Solo pinned Jay with the help of Drew McIntyre. The Bloodline celebrates as we go down to black. So what do I think about this show? This was the first ever 3-hour SmackDown, and it showed. I mean, the matches were good, but some segments I felt they stretched them out for so long that it was like, damn. Like, you could have done. I mean, like, you could have done like 3 squash matches, and I would have been more happy. Or at least do like 4 more segments. I don't know. Like, have Cody, instead of him getting beat up by only Kevin Owens, have Drew join KO on the beatdown, and then have Jay make the save or something. You know what I mean? And you could have given the new Bloodline like a longer entrance, instead of having poor Jay trying to keep the crowd alive during a 10-minute entrance. But I think that is stuff that's gonna be improved over time as the SmackDown creative team gets used to the 3-hour format. Also, before I go, there's a rumor going around that Triple H is gonna be running the Raw creative. Shawn Michaels will be running SmackDown creative, and allegedly Scott D'Amore signed with WWE to book NXT. Let's see if that's true, and how the shows change if these rumors are then true. We need to watch and see what happens. If you like this type of content, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as I always say, share these beautiful moments with your families, create beautiful memories, because life's too short, but memories last a lifetime. After this video is uploaded, the Raw review will be up next. This is Anthony signing off. Bye bye.